Memory devices. Memory is used to store data and instructions. Then classifications of memory. Memory is classified into two, that is primary memory and secondary memory. Then this primary memory again classified into two, that is RAM and ROM. Then RAM is classified into five, that is SRAM, DRAM, SDRAM, DDRSDRAM, EDORAM. These are the classifications of RAM. Then classifications of ROM is PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. In this one, RAM is volatile in nature, but ROM and secondary memory are non-volatile. Then primary memory means it is a working memory. In primary memory holds the data and instructions on which the computer currently working, means the current working memory is the primary memory. This primary memory classified into two, that is RAM and ROM. RAM means random access memory. ROM is read-only memory. First one, random access memory. RAM is volatile in nature. Volatile means it is a temporary memory. Volatile means it is temporary memory. Means if you are not, suppose you are doing one program, or suppose you are drawing one picture. While drawing the picture, the power is going. Then what will happen? After restarting the system, that picture won't be there. That is not saving. That is, it is temporary. Okay. When the power goes, the data will lose. It is a temporary memory. RAM is the current working memory. That is, whatever you are working, and that is automatically it is going to the RAM. Suppose you are doing a picture or you are drawing a picture. Then that when you are drawing, that is automatically it is going to the RAM. Next, types of RAM. The types of RAM are DRAM, SRAM, SDRAM, DDRSDRAM, EDORAM. First, DRAM. DRAM full form is Dynamic Random Access Memory. DRAM is Dynamic Random Access Memory. In this DRAM, there is a refreshing circuit. Because in DRAM must refresh continually to store the information. For refreshing the data, there is a refreshing circuit. That refreshing is taking a little bit time. So, that is why DRAM is slower than SRAM. For refreshing, it is taking a little time. That is why DRAM is slower than SRAM. And DRAM is not expensive as much as SRAM also. DRAM is cheaper than SRAM and it is small also. Next, SRAM. SRAM is Static Random Access Memory. In SRAM, the refreshing circuit is not there. So, SRAM is faster than DRAM. So, it is costlier also. Or it is expensive than DRAM. Then SDRAM. SDRAM is Synchronous Dynamic Random Access Memory. SDRAM is Synchronous Dynamic Random Access Memory. It is a type of DRAM synchronized to the system clock. This SDRAM is synchronized to the system clock. Next classification, DDR-SDRAM. DDR-SDRAM means Double Data Rate Synchronous Dynamic Random Access Memory. This DDR-SDRAM is also same as SDRAM. That is, it is also synchronized to the system clock. But what is the difference? The data transfer rate is double than SDRAM. The data transfer rate in DDR-SDRAM is double compared to SDRAM. Next, EDORAM. EDORAM is extended data output RAM. Extended data output RAM. It is a RAM chip that improves the accessing time to read from memory. That is, if you are using this EDO RAM, you can easily access the or easily read the data from the memory. That is EDO RAM, extended data output RAM. That is, RAM classifications are DRAM. DRAM is dynamic random access memory. Next, SRAM. SRAM is static random access memory. Next, SDRAM, synchronous dynamic random access memory. Next, DDRSDRAM. DDRSDRAM is double data rate SDRAM. EDO RAM is extended data output RAM. In DRAM, there is a refreshing circuit. In DRAM, refreshing is required to store the data. So that refreshing is taking a little bit time. So it is slower than SRAM. It is cheaper also. In SRAM, that refreshing circuit is not there. That's why SRAM is faster than DRAM. SRAM is expensive than DRAM. Then SDRAM is synchronized. SDRAM is synchronized to the system clock. Then DDRSDRAM means DDRSDRAM is also synchronized to the system clock. But the difference is data transfer rate is double compared to SDRAM. Then EDO RAM, that is extended data output RAM. It is a type of RAM chip that improves the accessing time to read from the memory. That is, if you are using the EDO RAM, can easily access or easily read the data from the memory. Next, classifications of ROM. PROM, EPROM and EEPROM. ROM is read-only memory. Read-only memory. This ROM is non-volatile in nature. That is, it is non-volatile means it is permanent memory. That is, if the power going when we switch off the computer while working, the content will not lose. It is a permanent memory. Then it is a memory from which we can read but we cannot write on it. That is read-only memory. Then which type of data is storing in this ROM? For starting the computer, we need some instructions. That type of instructions are storing in the ROM chip. This ROM chip is used in the computer. Same like that, this ROM chip is used in washing machine, microwave, etc. also. Next, classifications of ROM. ROM is classified into PROM, EPROM, EEPROM. PROM is programmable read-only memory. EPROM is erasable programmable read-only memory. EEPROM is electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. First, PROM. PROM is programmable read-only memory. Then PROM memory is a memory with data can be written only once. In PROM, we can write the data only once. Then in PROM, the information is not pre-recorded at the time of manufacturing. That is, at the time of manufacturing, the PROM chip will be blank. Okay. Then the user buys that blank PROM chip. Then using a PROM programmer is entering the data. The user buys the blank PROM chip and enter the desired content using PROM programmer. It is also non-volatile. PROM is programmable read-only memory. The speciality of PROM is it is written only once. Then that is at the time of manufacturing time, that PROM chip will be blank. The user buys that blank PROM chip and enter the data using the PROM programmer. Then EPROM. EPROM is erasable. PROM is not erasable, but EPROM is erasable programmable read-only memory. In EPROM, the information can be erased using special PROM programmer. EPROM is non-volatile, and EPROM differ from PROM is that PROM can be written only once and cannot be erased, but an EPROM can be erased and reprogrammed. That is the difference between PROM and EPROM. That is, PROM means if you are writing once, we cannot erase that data. Okay, but EPROM, that using the PROM programmer, we can erase that data and we can reprogram also. It is erasable. Then how can we erase? For erasing the PROM chip, we are using ultraviolet rays. For erasing EPROM chip, we are using ultraviolet rays. PROM is not erasable, but EPROM is erasable. For erasing, ultraviolet rays is using. Then EEPROM. EEPROM is also erasable, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. That is, EEPROM is also erasable, but for erasing, we are using electric charge. In EPROM, for erasing, ultraviolet rays are using, but in EEPROM, electric charge is using for erasing. That is the difference. That is, PROM is not erasable. EPROM and EEPROM are erasable. EPROM is erasing by ultraviolet rays. EEPROM is erasing by electric charge.